Good morning, everybody. I hope this is working. I always say that every morning. Pretty sure it's working. It's not. Somebody will probably tell me they see a bear moving its mouth and no words are coming out. Yes, we reached 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I really, really appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who's ever commented, who's come in on the live stream, who's liked a video, anything. I really appreciate the support. It's pretty incredible. I've said it before. I literally just one day recorded some of my trades and put them up on the internet on YouTube. And I remember like even just looking at the analytics when it would be like I had 4 views. I was like, who is watching these videos? Like who found my trading video and decided to watch it? And then like I got 1 subscriber who I think it takes a lot of guts to subscribe to a channel that doesn't have any subscribers. You know, you're like the first one, you feel like it's a trap or something. And then you get like 2 subscribers and then 4 subscribers. And then I remember I got like 10 subscribers. I was like, incredible. I think I had a video reach like 30 views and I thought it was awesome. So I really appreciate everybody who's supported the channel and who comes every morning, who has been coming to these live streams in the morning. It's just great. I'm really, really happy with the community. And I'm really glad I didn't try to do some sketchy promoting the channel just to get subscribers. I know some people do that to get, you know, just numbers so people don't come to the page and it's like 4 subscribers and people are like, oh, this is a joke. But I just kept it totally organic, which I think creates such a better community in the channel that and the analytics on the videos are actually really good because it's the people that are watching them are actually interested in them and people that subscribe are actually interested in them. So and I love the positivity in the chat. So just overall super happy with the way everything's going with it. So thanks so much. So good morning, everybody. Hashem, thanks for joining us. You bumped in the channel. I appreciate you coming. How long have I been trading? I've talked about it before. I've been trading for about 5 years. I started with Forex and then got into futures about 2 years ago, almost exactly, during the COVID market crash. I started trading futures. And I started trading the Nasdaq that summer. So I've been trading Nasdaq for 22 months. Morning, Jims. Justin, good morning. James, good morning. Retina, good morning. James, morning, buddy. Manel, Prima, good to see you again. Donatus, hey, thanks for joining us from Lithuania, I believe, right? Hustler for Life, Majbi, Lennon, Vernon. Hey, thanks for coming back, buddy. Vernon's been here forever, so I really appreciate his support. If you haven't checked out his channels, he's got if you haven't checked out his channel, he's got super smooth videos, trade recaps. That are really chill to watch. It's awesome to watch price like go straight through his take profits. Very satisfying. Terry, hey Ron, hey Jamel, what's up, man? SW Blaze, morning. Thanks for coming back. Hey Andre, thanks, man. Thanks for coming. Andre's been here for a little bit. Super good supporter too, so I really appreciate it. How long after you started trading did you start properly becoming profitable? When I started trading futures. Forex was really difficult. Forex, I lost a bunch of money in the beginning and I eventually kind of got flat. And that was just because I've talked about it before. I was trading risk on, risk off assets. And I was basically looking at what indices were doing and trading correlating indice pairs or Forex pairs like the Aussie dollar JPY or New Zealand dollar JPY or US dollar JPY. Basically the yen, which is a risk off asset. So when the market's scared or risk off situations, market's going down, the yen typically goes up. It has an inverse correlation. And Antipodean currencies, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, are risk on assets. So people typically trade those, buy those when the market's going up. So I would trade those currency pairs in correlation with indice markets. And then I just thought one day, why don't I just trade the indice markets? And particularly during the COVID crash, that was very profitable. And then I just kept on with the futures. And I just like it way better. I like futures way better than Forex. There's just more data. You get cumulative delta. You can get level 2. It moves so much faster, particularly in Nasdaq. I mean, I would sit sometimes trading Forex, just watching paint dry. I mean, it's painful. So Hashem, yes, I would say that this is way better than Forex. Way, way, way better. There's just a ton of information on the internet about Forex, so I think it's easy for people to get into that off the bat. Let's see here. I'm just going to pull up a pen, and then we're going to try to get some technical analysis going on here. Yeah, it's Quad Witch Friday. I think we saw, I'm just replying to Maj B there. I think it's, we're going to have light volume today. I think the big move was over here on FOMC. I think people either, right here, I think people either made a ton of money or they blew up their account. So yesterday, what we looked at, I lost money yesterday. If you didn't watch the live stream, you can go watch it. It kind of sucked, but this is the way it goes. Yesterday coming in, we looked at the previous day's high, Wednesday's high as a key level. We thought that was going to break and then move higher up to our next level of resistance, which I believe was at 14,030. I thought we put. So it was just a tiny, I think my trade, I don't remember where I got in on it. It was somewhere, I think, over here. I can't remember, actually. It doesn't matter. Price was moving up. I thought we were going to break high, and I basically bought the top, which is horrible. Basically bought the top, and it just rolled over. Eventually, it did come up, break that high, Wednesday's high, like we thought, and came up. So the trade would have worked out, but the drawdown would have been like 20-1 profit loss or loss profit ratio or whatever. So it was a horrible trade, and I just got stopped out. I tried to enter it, I think, a couple times, and I got stopped out both times. Manually closed out, stopped out for like $1,500 loss, and I don't know, it just is what it is. It just sucked, but I stopped trading for the day, and I'm glad I did because I probably would have tried to buy into it again, and it made a pretty deep pullback. I think it was this over here on the 1 hour, all the way to the other side of the band into this nice low volume area before it finally decided to shoot back up. I think that, or maybe this was yesterday's. I can't remember. Yeah, that's what it was. This is what it was over here. Now I remember. It was right here. I remember this. I saw this candle close super bullish on the 1 hour, and I was like, okay, we're breaking highs. And I got in like right here. I remember like at 90 or something like that. We broke the high of this candle. I thought we were going to pop up to 1430. And I thought I was going to get like 20 or 30 points on it. We were going to break the highs and really start moving up. And what happened? We just shot down out of that, back down to the bottom of the band on the 1 hour. Eventually, it did come up later that day and break the previous day's high. So let's look at what's going on today. Market's going to open in 11 minutes. All right, so just like yesterday, I think yesterday's high is going to be a super key level. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. One of the things that I pointed out from yesterday was this trend line. This is a daily chart. This trend line, which has been going on since early January, late December. Coming down, we've touched it, a little bit, poked through it, and then came crashing back down. We've now cleared that level, plus we've cleared the 20 SMA on the daily. We broke Wednesday's FOMC high, so it looks bullish, but I'm just going to be cautious with it because typically what happens when we've been trending for a while, and perhaps that trend is now coming to an end, a price is going to have a lot of false breakouts to the upside, just like we saw yesterday, and then come back down. I can see potentially the back end of this trend line acting as support and the 20 SMA acting as support. And I talked about this yesterday, that this whole area down here would be a pretty key level. I would think 13,600. It looks like that's opening up for price to perhaps, it's not good. I mean, it could, but typically it's going to do like the ABCD pattern, which we talked about. We come up, come down, we find that support at the back end of this trend line, and then we come up again to 14,400. I suspect. So yeah, I would be looking at a couple levels down here. One's going to be the 20 SMA, and the other one's going to be the back end of this trend line, which I'll just mark out as 13,600-ish level, which I think is probably, if we were to come test that today, which I don't think we will, but maybe would be good. I could see us breaking yesterday's low, coming down, hitting the 20 SMA, and then trying to make a run up. But let's just mark out those key levels for right now, and then we'll start moving down the time frames to see what we got going on. I just want to take a peek at the weekly. That's a pretty good bullish candle there forming on the weekly. So 4 hour, we're hitting that 200 SMA on the 4 hour. Again, I think yesterday's high, which we have marked out with this red line, is pretty key. If we break that, I think we probably pop up into here up to the 20 SMA on the 4 hour, or sorry, the top of the band on the 4 hour. So I'm going to mark out that as well. That's also looks like it's got a touch of resistance up there. So that might be, a level for it. One thing I can also do is draw out kind of a zone like this, like that, because we got some touches going on here. So 14,300-ish level. So this is, if we were to break that, that's 150 points right in here that price may want to explore, glide through. So I'm not ignoring the chat, guys. I'm just doing the technical stuff, and then I'll come back to the chat once we kind of get through this. So anyway, that's the 4 hour. We can see there that could be one possible trade. I mean, this is kind of the situation I got into yesterday, where I thought we were going to clear a resistance level, and then move up to the next resistance level. And I'm still kind of feeling like that, but I got pretty gnarly loss trying to do that yesterday, so I'm just going to be cautious. Drawing just an uptrend line here on the 4 hour. That's really giving me anything or not. What I really like to, what you'd really like to see, and I think I mentioned this before, is you've got this bullish move up, and then here we start to see a pullback. We get a counter trend line going, and you buy on the break of that counter trend line, and that's just kind of trading 101. I mean, that's not really it. I need to get this off. This isn't in play anymore. All right, so we got some levels marked out here. What was right? So you can see this red line right here at 13,767. That's a 20 SMA on the daily. That's also the 20 SMA on the 4 hour at this point. So that's going to be a key level too. And then we've got the back end of this trend line, which I think will act as support. Anyways, let's move down now to the 4 hour. So we looked at the daily. I'm sorry, the hourly. We looked at the daily, 4 hour. Now we're moving down to smaller time frames. This is kind of where my intraday stuff really starts. This looks super consolidated right there on the hourly. Very low volume. Let's see. We can just draw this trend line. We can see. I mean, I would suspect if we break this level right here, we may want to pop up into here. So look at the higher time frames to kind of get context. It's looking bullish right now. We're out of major resistance. It's trending up. I am cautious of it, and I've got some support levels down here, which would really need to break in order for me to get bearish on it at this point. For the medium term. I'm not saying we wouldn't make another run down, because I think inflation and interest rate hikes are still significant and still in play. But it's kind of like the Fed came out and said, all right, we're doing interest rate hikes. And everyone's like, okay, good. Glad we got that. I'm glad we've figured that out. And now the market can kind of get on doing what it wants to do. So this is kind of a little just simple chart pattern. One of these, a flat level of support with a diagonal resistance. And typically the diagonal hypotenuse is going to want to break on this triangle formation. That's just kind of how these things work. So I suspect there may be a pop up into here, and the upper band plus the back end of this trend line is going to act as resistance. So there could be a pocket right here. if price wants to start moving up that way. You know, I think up to 90 there. So I'm drawing these levels out, but as I'm getting, you know, my time frames are getting smaller and smaller, the trades are getting finer and finer. So coming in here, and that is a 30 level. So okay, so 1430 wants to break. I think we'd probably get this move up here to test the upper end of the band, and that would be kind of probably a pocket to pick up. But let's look at Delta now. Delta is negative. We are negative on the day, and we are at VWAP. So one thing I want to look for is if price does break this 30 level, I want to see Delta start to come up with that. It's so close right here, though. You know, I may not take the initial break of the 30. I may wait for something else for some more bullish structure to form, but this would be kind of an area that I think price might want to explore. And it's already kind of getting up there right now. But I would like to see Delta coming along with it, and we can see Delta moving right now up as price is moving up into that. Market's going to open in 3 minutes. I don't trade pre-market. So I'm just trading with one contract today, guys. I can't take another. I don't want to take like a $1,500 day loss, and I don't know what this thing is doing. I mean, I kind of know what it's doing, but I didn't like how it looked. You know, I can just see Delta right now. Like yesterday, Delta was not my best friend. I joked about that yesterday. Delta was just my friend yesterday. We can see we're making lower highs on Delta. Same setup as yesterday. Price was moving up, but Delta was not really moving up aggressively. And I jumped in on a trade without having that Delta confirmation, and I got smoked on it. So I'm just living and learning. You know, if the thing moves without me, it moves without me. I'd rather. Yesterday should have been a flat day. Rather than me trying to trade just on candlestick patterns and not, or just on breaks of, yeah, on price action. I needed the Delta to really confirm for me the price action, and Delta didn't, and I got in because I was watching the thing for however long, for an hour, and you know, you get anxious and you want to take a trade. Yes, thank you. March contracts do expire today, so there could be some wackiness. So I'll probably sit on my hands for a little bit. Sometimes I can see a trade developing in the first few minutes because we get these volatile price spikes, so these big impulses one way, impulses to the other. Like the market was open right now and I saw this big impulse up here, but I don't see Delta moving higher. I would actually consider taking a short on that, particularly on this bearish candle on the 1 minute. But I'm not going to do that pre-market 2 minutes before the market opens. Staying out today, BDM. Good job. You're going fishing for real? Going fishing? Love it. Price is already starting to explore that area. It's moving without us. See your price. I'm not taking you pre-market. Delta's shooting up on the ES. Now the market's open. So Andre, yeah, I mean, I think it takes you a few years to get good at trading. And I didn't have I didn't pay for any courses or do anything like that. I took a bunch of free courses. I was super cheap about it. I took a bunch of free courses that I found on the internet. You know, there's like a ton of free Forex stuff out there. And the one thing I'll say about that, a lot of it was technical analysis. You know, a lot of it's technical analysis. And a lot of that's technical analysis, and that serves you well in any market that you're trading. I mean, it wouldn't just be Forex. I mean, yeah, just Forex. It would be anything. So see Delta really dropping here. Ugh, didn't get it. Lost $4. I would have gotten out there too. I mean, I would have been okay on that one too. Son of a gun. Down $4, guys. I should have held on to that. That's the one thing when you use the hotkeys. So I use the hotkeys to exit that. Is you see price right there, and you're like, all right, I want to get out that price. And now it's moving up, and then you get filled in a shit. You get a shit fill because mine is gets me out on market on my hotkey. I'm not sold on this. This looks like it wants to pop down through VWAP. I'm not sold on that. Mainly because Delta down here is not revealing it. I mean, that short was a decent short. You know, you break support, take it down to VWAP for an easy scalp because Delta is poof, shoving down on it. Man, this thing is nuts. This was like yesterday when this thing was moving around like it was. This thing's out of its mind. It's gonna move without me, I think. Are we gonna rip? Yeah, I think we're gonna rip. Maybe not. I saw Delta coming in like that. I can see it opening up though to that upper band up there. See how Delta's not moving down? Price is coming down, but Delta's just chilling there. It popped. Oh, I got do I have 62 guys in here? Guys, if you like this stream, give me a like. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the YouTube algorithm share my content with other like-minded people. We basically were flat on the first trade. Actually, exactly flat on the first trade. The $4 loss is my commission. So, you're welcome, broker. Go get yourself a coffee, broker. Now we're breaking session lows. Search. We have Delta. Oh, sorry, we have price making new session lows. Delta is not. Let's look at an overnight volume profile if that wants to come up. So we formed some resistance here. Wondering if that resistance wants to break. We're going to want to get a move up. A lot of delta coming through on that. Let's take a scalp on that. $236. So on that one, we could see the delta divergence, right? Price made a lower low. Delta made a higher low down at value area low. And we saw Delta beginning to move up bearish, so just jumping on a break of resistance. Take a quick scalp. Oh, congrats, James. That's awesome, man. That's the best feeling. And it's cool because you get like 2 days of like vacation-ish stuff before you've got to start trading it. This thing's ripping up now. Oh. I'm not going to buy the top again today, guys. I'm learning my lesson. Don't buy the top. Did you just hit it, James? Like right now, you just got it? Oh, you know what? Apex sent me a what did Apex send me? They sent me a coupon code if anybody wants 50% off an Apex evaluation. Here, I'll send it to you. Here you go. It's awesome, James. Congrats. Here, Apex 50% off. If you use that code XHJY something, whatever that is, you can get 50% off any of their evaluations over at Apex. So, I mean, I tell people I don't support anyone. A lot of these companies are the same. Although somebody sent me something about a new one, and I read the fine. You want to read the fine print in the contracts about withdrawals and stuff like that, and data fees that they're going to charge you. Just read the fine print, because the one that somebody sent me was like they had a maximum withdrawal. Well, Lilu has a maximum withdrawal too, I guess, and so does Apex. They all have maximum withdrawals for like the first 4 months. Like you can't pull out more than like $1,500 a month. But this one I think had maximum withdrawals like for the entire time you have your account of $1,500 a month, which is total bullshit. It was called like Blue Box or Blue something. I can't remember what it was. So just read the fine print. But yeah, Apex and I think Lilu, they've got limits on how much you can actually take out. So they're kind of hoping that you blow up your account within 4 months, you know. Hey, thanks, Dan. I appreciate that, man. I really, really appreciate it. So this is kind of a classic bull flag format chart pattern. Big impulse to the upside, break new highs. We got a little pullback, a counter trend. You know, these I typically this is like a classic, you know, buy it, but these haven't been working very well lately. So I'm not going to buy it. And I can see Delta moving down here. I think this is actually going to be a short down to 31. They just haven't been working. So I mean, it's one of those things where you trade it, and you just I talk about I talk about it before. It's like you're a robber stalking the house you're going to rob. You know, you're trying to find patterns that you can exploit. You also want to find areas to stay away from. Lennon, my stream is glitching. Is anybody else having that problem? I'm not getting. Usually YouTube starts yelling at me if it's not getting enough computer energy. No, I haven't seen J Trades. If you could find that video, I would love to see it. You could post that video in the chat. I'd love to take a look at it. I wonder who these guys are running these prop firms, quote unquote prop firms. They're really the Ponzi schemes. But you know, if you're new to trading and like you don't want to, you know, open up a brokerage account, go through all that BS, having to drop, you know, $2,500, $1,000 into it, you know, waiting a week to get the account set up, then having to pay $30, $40 to wire in money into the account. And you want to get a data connection, and you quickly just want to get a data connection, get a NinjaTrader license, and, you know, start trading for, you know, if you use the 50% coupon, which I just posted in the chat, you know, if you use this coupon and you spend, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks, to get set up, I mean, that's almost the fee that you're going to pay to get a wire transfer, and then you're going to have to pay data fees on top of that to your broker. Not only that, you'll probably blow up your account, and then that's even worse. So, I mean, my advice to people is when they do these evaluations is make some money, try to make $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, pull that money out, and then put it into your own account, right? If you're able to trade, make 10 grand in one of these prop firm evaluations after getting funded, my advice is to take that money out and put it into your own account, because I don't think they'd pay out if you made 50 or 60 grand. And that's what I have. I have my own account too. I'll trade the evaluations accounts when I'm not feeling too risky, or I want to trade maybe larger size. What's a firm I recommend? So if you want, I think Top Step is probably the most reputable out of the bunch. I liked One Up. I recommended One Up Trader in my video that I did on these evaluations. One Up Trader never has coupons. They're always never has promos. You can never get 50% off or anything like that. So what the price you see on there is what you get. But the rules are pretty lax. You do have to trade for 15 days. So you got to trade an extra week over the other ones. The other ones are usually 10 days. They do have a consistency rule, but it's not crazy. It's fine. It is a one-step process, which I like. However, when you get your account, they tell you it's a one-step process. However, when you get your account, you still got to make $2,500 before you can pull out. Well, on the $50,000 account, which is the one that I recommend doing, you still have to make $2,500 before you can pull out any money. And then you got to make another $1,000 on top of that because they have a $1,000 minimum withdrawal. So you've really got to make $3,500, which could be considered really a second step in the evaluation. So, but you don't pay data fees once you get funded. So I like that. I mean, there's nothing worse than when you get funded and then it's like, okay, now pay $100 for your data connection or whatever it is, which is bullshit, because those guys, you have to sign up as a non-professional. And if you sign up for a non-professional and you get like a Ninja Trader brokerage or something with AMP, I mean, data fees is like 10 or 15 bucks a month. These guys are charging like $85 to $100, which is not, they're making money off of that too. And so they get you one more time. And then most people, yeah, I would just trade, I'm not going to trade 10 contracts on my personal account. But, if you want to consider trading like gambling, or if you ever wanted to gamble in trading, it would be with one of these prop firms. Like go get, a 10 contract account with Apex. Use that coupon code to go get the $50,000 account for $75 or $80 or whatever. And you can trade 10 contracts. I mean, shit, if you lose 80, if you went to Vegas and lost $80 playing blackjack, you'd be like, oh, whatever. This is better than, your odds for you are better than blackjack. You can get a $50,000 account and you get funded, and they don't have a consistency rule. So it's like, all right, you make the one trade, you just sit on your hands for however long, you find a great trade, go 10 contracts long on it, you make your $3,000 or whatever, wait 10 days, get your funds at account, sit on your hands, find another great trade, and go for that. All right, so we're kind of breaking through. I marked out this level here. I'm not even looking at this. I keep just chatting. We had that downtrend line here. We broke this high. I think it's going to hit this upper band up here. It's got too much resistance going on up here. Probably at 14,100. Really, I think the only I mean, this is a very similar setup to yesterday when I got absolutely burned. Was that we kept breaking resistance levels. Short term, we can see kind of that it's probably going to want to break yesterday's high at some point today. But Delta's not moving up with price. As price moved higher here, you can see Delta did not move higher. So that's not to say that, price won't break yesterday's high and we just rip up and then all of a sudden you see Delta pop to new highs. But right now, I'm not going to buy the top again. I learned my lesson yesterday. Buying the top is no good. Live and learn. So we can just draw a simple uptrend line here on the 1 minute. We've got several touches there. 1, 2, 3. So I think if that breaks, you probably see it want to roll over. But you know, on this trade that we marked out there with this little downtrend line, you know, false breakout to the upside, you get stopped out right here. So the big move up, pull back, trend line, break the trend line. You take your trade here on this kind of engulfing bullish candle on the 500 volume, and then you would get stopped out as it broke lower here, only to see price come up again, which is absolutely infuriating. I think if we fell back into value area, the value area here, price may want to come down back down to value area low before making another run to the top, and that's what it did yesterday. May just keep ripping up. Well, Vernon, you're right. You stop paying monthly, but you're still going to pay a monthly maintenance fee for your account. So you stop paying the evaluation, but then you've got to pay, I think, I don't know, $85 to $100 depending on which account you do, account size. So, and they're making money off of that. Like I said, you can get a data feed for 10 or 15 bucks. Through a normal broker. Some of them charge a shit ton. Some of them charge you like $100 per exchange. So if you're trading gold, crude, and let's say you're trading currency futures, you could be paying $400 or $500 a month for your connection. But on OneUp, you wouldn't pay for anything. I guess it just depends what you trade. I would just need the Nasdaq data. Watching this thing move higher, singing. I'm not buying the top. Did I learn my lesson from yesterday? Yep. I would rather have a $236 small green day than a massive red day. I just don't see Delta moving up with it. I mean, somebody else might be seeing this differently, but look, Delta has not budged as we're moving higher. This is Delta divergence. I'm going to go get some coffee, guys. I'm going to see if this, hopefully I come back and this thing has broken this trend line and perhaps we begin to move back down into the value area. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Get my coffee. Gotta get Bear giving us all the stink eye, really? Poor Bear. Yeah, I'm thinking about just getting rid of the Bear. Just going uh normal webcam. I don't exactly know why. I think it gives you just some anonymity, with the Bear that when you're having those bad trading days, you're like, it's not me, it's the Bear. I like the Bear. Okay, if you guys like the Bear. He's got a nice shirt. I can't change his shirt though. I tried to change his shirt. Look at all that delta dropping. Holy smokes. I just glanced down there. All right, we're getting through some levels here. I want to see it drop back down into the value area. Breaking the 20 SMA. I would love to see a close below the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. And then our target would be, back down. You could get out 52 if you want. 70, 72 to 50. But it's gotta start dropping back down into this area. I see a little LVN there. I think price would probably bounce off of that, so I just buy back out. You see a tiny little LVN, and look at all that delta coming through. Now price has got to it's got to move below the 20 SMA, and I want it to move back into the value area. Yeah, my coffee's too hot. I threw it in the microwave. That was stupid. Oh, I had an idea. What we should do is we should do like an evaluation all together. We should all do like the Apex evaluation together, like just a week and pass it. Everybody pass it, and then we all get our 50K account, and then we all make like 10 grand on it, and do the withdrawal at the same time, and see if they can pay out. And probably they're gonna, if we actually did that, they would probably find this recording and sue me or something. I don't know why Delta isn't cooperating these days. Somebody sent me oh no, they posted a comment in one of the videos that they were using Sierra charts, and they had a different data connection. Their delta was looking different than mine on here. What's going on with that? Making new highs. A lot of delta coming through on that. This is the exact same thing that happened yesterday. Came up to the previous day's high, and then rolled down, rolled way down, and then came back up. Yeah, maybe from a rollover, that's right. Well, if there's anybody out there who's new to the stream and they're just checking this out, we trade the Nasdaq futures contract. We have a lot of screens going on. This may look super busy. Don't concentrate on everything. We use higher time frames like the 4-hour, daily, and the weekly. Not so much the weekly, but more of the daily and the 4-hour to get nice bird's eye view of what's going on with the market, to get context of what the market's doing. And then we move down to lower time frames, the hourly, which is kind of giving us our medium term levels and what price is going to do. We had drawn out this trend line right here, and a nice triangle formation in pre-market. And this is just a classic trading pattern, candlestick chart pattern. This triangle, somebody's probably better knows what this is actually called, but typically when you've got a flat area of support and then a diagonal area of resistance, that diagonal area is going to want to break and come up. So that's kind of what we're going through right now. On the higher time frame, so we would identify that on the higher time frame, and then we drop down to our lower time frames to really find our fine entries for the day. So I use the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and then also the 500 volume and cumulative delta, which is time and sales data. I do, Esther. Thanks for asking. I do look at what the ES is. I have the ES up on another chart over here off screen. I also have the Dow. That's a 5 minute. And then I've got the Russell also. The Russell, I don't really like the Russell. So the ES is obviously surging up. Everything's surging up. Delta, I use Delta a lot to confirm price action. So if Delta's not coming along, I'm typically pretty cautious. So I'm kind of just sitting on my hands now. Although one of the trades the trade that we talked about in pre-market was that triangle formation that we had pointed out, but then also on the 4-hour, I think that we may be moving up to this level, this blue box area. But I just can't buy the top, guys. I just can't do it. I did that yesterday and I got destroyed. So I don't know, maybe $200 is all that the trading gods have in for me today. Taking that trade off, it's moving up too high. So lots of red lines on here as well. These are just levels we mark out from other charts, and as price approaches one of these, I'm like, oh man, why'd I draw that line? And I'll come over and take a look. So we've closed above on the hourly, above yesterday's high. It may want to start ripping. I don't know. Really cautious to buy it up here. How come you ES? I don't know. Who is your data provider? And also, how is your delta being calculated? Is it being calculated at session, or does it also include the overnight? Oh, we're ripping higher. Oh, I can't chase you though, Price. I can't chase you. I'm sorry. I'm not chasing after you. Sorry, guys. I just can't do it. So you're using Ninja Trader, but who's your? Is it Ninja Trader brokerage? Who's your broker? Let me ask you that. Are you doing an evaluation, or are you doing a broker? So mine includes the overnight. Mine is the overnight as well. So where's my? Here's my settings. Oh, mine said session, but it's actually including the. That's not. No, it's including. It resets. You can see over here. It starts at 0 when the market opens the previous day at 5. So. Oh, you're using Ninja Trader brokerage. Okay, well, that would be interesting. I'd be really interested to get should get my continuum data on another chart and just see. I'm almost scared to though, because I'm afraid that it's gonna give me too much information and I'll have paralysis by analysis. Calculate on each tick. Yeah, good. Good suggestion there. Calculate. You want it to be a calculating each tick. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Are you trading the micro or the mini contract? Missed this whole flipping move. The funny thing is we called out this chart thing, right? We called out this little chart pattern. And we're like, all right, here we go. We're going to go up to the band. And we just didn't take any of it. You want to know why? Because a flipping delta is just flat. I think anybody can have it. I think they're pretty quick on support if you want to shoot them an email. Now delta's moving up. The 4-hour closed too bullish. This 4-hour looks super bullish. I think we've got this whole. I think we've got 120 points ahead of us here. Ugh. Don't buy the top. Don't buy the top bear. Anybody else getting a good long on this? I'm sure some people have gotten a nice trade out of this. Massive move. I've completely missed. But you know what? If the trade setup isn't there, it's just not there. And that's the thing that I learned yesterday. I mean, I bought it right at the top. And the thing just destroyed me. Nice job, ACFNCP4. You got $175? Yeah, nice. The downtrend broken now? Man, you know, we're out of this channel on the daily. That's what we're talking about. Don't mind all these red lines. That's looking. I mean, just looking at this, all the red lines that I drew were through. Right? I don't know. I mean, I think inflation, I think fundamentals are still not fantastic. I think inflation, interest rate hikes, interest rate's going to go up like 2% or something this year. You know, those are all not friendly to the economy. I think we may see another move to the downside. I mean, at some point, it's going to want to give you a few bearish days. You know, even in the downtrend, you know, when it starts trending, the way you trade it, we break the support. Like I said, we come up, we find some resistance, we get a move down, and then it comes back up. And this is where the break of that trend line is where you make some serious money. You also may withstand some serious drawdown, but that's where if you wanted to, buy like some triple Q, which is the Nasdaq ETF, hold it. I wouldn't hold a futures contract for that long, but yeah, James, yeah, I think prices, interest rates are for sure going up. I mean, inflation's insane. You've been in the store lately? My God, I go to the store and I get to the checkout. And I'm like, what did I just buy? Did I buy all organic, boutique, groceries? No, I just bought the same generic, stupid stuff I always buy, but it's like, why is it so expensive? How do I get my commissions to be added to my P&L? You go over to your control panel and you just right click on your account, and then you right click on the account and you click edit account. And then you can go in there and add a commission. You can only add Ninja Trader's built-in commissions. So you just kind of have to, it's not going to be exact. I think on mine, I do like the medium one. So you can do like lifetime license. Oh, I'd move it, but it's linked to, you can see how that popped up over my. So you can do direct lease or lifetime. I think I have lifetime on here because that most closely corresponds to MES Capital's commissions. But it's off by like maybe 10 cents or something. Oh, you can create custom commissions. Cool. I didn't know that. There you go. Thanks, chat. Thanks, SW Blaze. Bear market rallies, Warren. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold. We're, reaching up to all-time highs. This could also just be opportunities for some of the institutions to liquidate their positions and to perhaps take short positions. They manipulate the market. Nobody's business. This is a very steep climb it's in at the moment. Very steep channel. Man, guys, you think we can get 100 likes on this live stream? 100? We're up past 52. That might be ambitious, but if you haven't given it a like, I'd really appreciate a like. It takes one click, and it helps the YouTube algorithm out a ton to help get this out in front of other people who might be interested in day trading. All right, now we've got Delta coming along. Now Delta's our friend. All right. One interesting thing is when price breaks like that, you can see how these LVNs form. See how that LVN formed at 13? See if we can get this pull back down to that LVN, and that would be probably my entry. It's just going to rip, I think. Up at the top of this channel. This channel, though, isn't drawn really very well. You see this little low volume node that formed there. Try to get in a slightly better price. I think it is going to rip up to God knows what. 14,300. Can only get one a day. Oh, thanks. That's okay. I appreciate the one. We can see all this volume coming in up here now too. Breaking new highs. So now we've got the Delta confirmation. Now it's moving up. Now I'm going to try to find an entry. I'm still not going to buy the flipping top of it. You can see another LVN form right here. I'm trying to put my, buy order right at the edge of one of those LVNs. So price comes up, we come down real quick, and then, it's just ripping. Hmm. I can see running into some exhaustion here. So I'm going to take that off because I don't think we're going to get that quick. What I was really looking for is we break higher, we just make a quick impulse and then come up. I'm going to try to wait for at least a decent little pullback. God, I don't know why this thing's climbing. We've got Delta confirmation on it at this point, so I'm looking to take a long. Thank you for everybody who gave that a like. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Time is at 9:15. Doot. We can find an LVN. So we're coming down. There's a ledge right here. You can see that ledge. You see this low volume node? I don't like how there's 20 SMA in the 500 volume though. Slim Jim, I think that my analogy that I use, it's like sailing. You're trying to find that strong wind and catch that wind, right? You can see Delta kind of coming through on that. I don't really like that candle. I don't feel like this is quite continued. Ooh, see how the volume profile just came in like that? This volume profile is not completed though. I think it's gonna keep moving up. Keep moving up. But maybe not. 21. There's a pretty big LVN at 21. Which is what it's hitting right now. I don't know, that 1 minute candle. Ah! Getting through a little bit. Providing us some structure. Hello, structure. Doot, 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 doot. Why at 32? I want 30 to break, and I want this trend line to break. I want 30 to break, and I want to see if we get that continuation up to like 50-ish. I can totally see it. I can totally see it just popping up through and then coming down. But if we don't get a break at that level, that's okay. We're coming down to this trend line here that we've got drawn out. A little technical analysis. 23, 21, 23. See if it gets through that or what it wants to do down there. You can see buyers starting to come in on the trend line. I don't like double tops as ARC, sorry. You know what I do? I wait for double tops to break. I don't trade. I don't short or buy double tops. But I'll trade the break away from the double top. An LVN is a low volume node, Esther. low volume nodes. So we've on a volume profile, you have high volume nodes, which this is not showing me. I'm just gonna look at. I'm thinking about getting this trade right here. High volume node where you see these peaks on the volume profile, and then a low volume node where you see the valleys. And those are typically areas that see very low volume and traders aren't particularly interested in. I'll take one down here. Traders aren't particularly interested in. And so, you know, they tend to be areas of support and resistance. See if we can break that 20 SMA on the whatchamacallit. Still might be up too high. I don't know. Let's see. I don't like that. Get out. I need base hits today, guys. Base hits, boy. I don't like that hesitation there. I may get back into it. Maybe. You know what I'd love to see it do is break this trend line, go up, come down, and then we break this resistance. I like saying resistance with a French accent. I don't know why. Guys, can I get 100 likes? I need 32 more likes. If you haven't liked the video, I would really appreciate it. I'd be getting nervous on this, but this is what it did before, you know? Came down, we made that next new low, and then we popped on the break of this trend line. 72 likes, 28, only 28 more. We're hitting the 20 SMA in the 1 minute. Yeah, Cesaric, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to discourage you from trading double tops, but I don't know. I just my brain just doesn't react well to them. Base hits today, guys. Base hits. I need a green day. Now here's the problem. After you take a few trades and you're up, even if you're only up 332. I mean, remember, I'm only trading one contract. Normally I trade 2 contracts. You start to get an attachment to that P&L. You know, you start to really think about it way too much. You like that nice, shiny green font. Way better than the red font that seems to just scream at you. And you don't want to lose it, you know? I don't know if it's so much you don't want to lose it, but you don't want to go into the red zone, the red day zone. You like being in the green day zone. It's just a nice place to be. Feel good. You feel good. So I may be running out here. I can see myself getting too attached to that 332 over there. I don't even something else there. It's nothing to do with this. J trades, everybody's been in a rough stretch, man. This has not been a fun trading last couple weeks. And that's one of the reasons I think maybe the market is beginning to look to the upside. I'm not saying that we're making all-time highs next week, but typically when trends are starting to reverse, it gets very choppy. And you know, it's like trying to turn the Titanic. It takes a little bit of time. And when stuff like that goes on, it can be difficult to trade. Seeing a lot of delta come through on the break of that trend line. See if that 1 minute can close. I got in this a little too early, I think. Hesitation, and I'm out. Wanted to see a bigger pop on that. There it goes. See, I'm just attached to my P&L. I'm attached to it. I'm in love with it. It's an unhealthy relationship. I think this isn't going to move up. So 408. Now, I've only made $408. So I can't say that I made $816 because normally I trade with 2 contracts, right? So I didn't make it. You can't say, well, I traded the micros and I made $126. So that means that I would have made $1,200 whatever dollars trading the mini. You didn't make it. You made the 126. It's a different mind game when you're trading different size. So I've got to be cautious of that, not to pat myself on the back too much about, making $400 because it's a different trading game. We're testing the back end of that trend line. Trading is, for me, like 98%, like 90% psychological. You can see how this trend line drew that. You can see how it's acting perfectly as support now. That's what I like about technical analysis. I like technical analysis. Yeah, Andre, 100%. I've had to check my emotions, check my mind a million times. I mean, I do. I don't know if anybody else here meditates. I meditate for at least 30 minutes every day. Got to be able to recognize thoughts and emotions and what's going on between those ears. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. If I touch this microphone, it's like somebody smacked you in the ear. Anybody else out there meditate? Do a little Vipassana or Dzogchen. Really, it's how many points you take from the market. Yeah, I think that's probably true, J trades. But for me, it's also this mental game, right? Look at the back end of that trend line, just acting beautifully over there on the 1 minute. Love it. 22 more likes, guys. Can I get 100 likes? I don't think I've ever had 100 likes. This is probably the most likes I've ever had. So what I'm seeing here is this trend line's just acting super nice. Price may want to come down to this area. I don't know. But I think if we break this resistance, we're going to see at least some sort of pop up into that. I don't think this volume profile is completed, so I think price may want to hit another new high before we finally reach that pure exhaustion level. That's too bullish. Yeah, I think we're going to come up on it. This is getting a little too microscopic. I agree. Oh, because I got people 81 views. I got people coming in and out. I think some people join and they're like, all right, I'm gonna go check out some other streamers. Now, if the 1 minute closes below the 20 SMA, if we get no follow through on this candle, which closed above the 20 SMA, super bullish candle, we should break that high and pop up. If we get no follow through on that, I need to take this trade off, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to take that off. It's looking like it's about to do some chopping. It's looking choppy, choppy, choppy. 17 more likes. Oh boy. Oh man, just watch this. This looks a little too choppy for me right up here. Now it could be because it's Friday. It's 9:30, right? It's like everybody's called it quits. Also, these volume profiles, when you see point of control coming near one of the value areas, price typically means a reversals usually in the works. The price may want to move down, but there needs to be a value area low up here. So I don't think this thing has actually completed yet. And I can see this band opening up. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke highs. We got a bunch of bulls strapped up here. Came up to 14,255 and then tanked. See point of control coming in right there in this consolidation. I'm just looking for a quick pop. It's about to move one way or the other. Oh, that's nice, J Trades. You know, it is rainy here in the Midwest. Rainy, rainy, rainy. Look at the point of control coming in here, guys. This thing's about ready to explode one way or the other. And it's going to trap some people in the process. Probably going to be me. It's probably going to pop up here and just roll. See Delta moving up there. This might be a good place to buy it at 200. I feel like I could buy it in here, but that's a little bit like gambling to me. It's like flipping a coin, even though I think it's going to pop up. Son of a gun. Trapped. Well, guys, we got gnarly trapped on that one, didn't we? I'm not seeing Delta moving too much lower, but man, that's a bummer. Yep, gotta close out. $50 lost on the day, guys. Just like that. You have your green day, takes it away. Son of a gun. Yeah, that's a total trap on that. So, it's life. At least we got out when we did, huh? Oh, the joys of trading. I'm just revenge trading right here. This is no bueno. This thing's rolling down. 289. Son of a gun. Well, you know what? It's the way it goes. 6. I think it may start to move back up. I want to see how this 1 minute closes. Well, guys, if you don't give me a like, I'm losing all this cash right now, then I don't know what's going to get you to give me a like. This thing's rolling down, I think. I just don't see Delta moving down with it. Almost at 100. That makes it worth it. Morning, Ibrahim. Oh, from the Philippines. Oh, this thing is going down. That's it. $600. God dang it. Too many trap bulls. You're probably right. Well, just getting greedy on that, weren't we? Hmm. Yeah, let's see. I'm not giving up quite so easy on a Friday. Bummer. Only 8 more likes, guys. Make my $1,000 loss there worth it. Rough trading day. Oh, one more like. One more like. If you like seeing me lose $1,000, give this thing a like. $1,000 on a Friday. Shoulda. Thanks, Alf. Yeah, there we go, Alf. Thank you. If it came down this hard, I think you can come up. I think 1430 does look like a good one, but ooh. Yeah, this last one though was revenge trading. I was trying to, look for that quick impulse down and then look for it to quick impulse back up, and just not there. So at least I got it when I did. But yeah, this is hard to trade, man. Although look at this hourly candle. This thing just looks like it's gonna collapse. I think it's just the reality of trading. It's hard. Anybody that you go on there and they're making thousands of dollars every day is probably not telling you the truth. Looking for the long term profits, I guess. But it's still frustrating. I mean, it's just like you got to detach yourself from it. Nice job, Slim Jim. I love it. I love when you guys are making money. Feel like that getting chopped up here. Just yeah, you too, Slim Jim. Thanks for joining, man. See you next week. Design X. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Karma. What is that? Oh, design knob. Yep, I see. That's somebody in the chat. Beginning of the week was smooth. Yesterday and today have been really torturing. Yeah. Sucks. It's the only way to describe this. I mean, I'm thinking about taking a. I mean, I feel like it's gonna want to start to moving up, but you know, man, it was brutal. Difficult for me to trade this. Still think it wants to come up and hit new highs. Still think it does. Sorry. Does it? Does it want to do that on a Friday? What do you guys think? Does it want to make new highs on a Friday? Can't believe this trade. Got completely trapped on that. Yeah, you know, Alf Nicholas, I used to think that stuff too, but I always thought Fridays would be, you know, short days, but turns out I've seen price move pretty rapidly of those days on those days as well. Up. Sorry, I'm just rambling myself. I see this nice bullish candle in the 5-minute. Let's come down to this LVN. I wonder if we break this 20 SMA, we're gonna want to come up. Let's get out there. I need to break that 20 SMA though. I might add to it if it pulls back. You see Delta still moving up. Man, really took the wind out of my sails there, Nasdaq. I'm gonna add to it. Delta's moving up on that move. Yeah, you're the OGs. If you're one of the original subscribers, you're the OGs. I don't know what I can do about getting you any perks, but you're one of the OGs, guys. You're about to see me lose even more money. But you know what? You gotta risk it for the biscuit. You just keep trading. You don't let the P&L bother you. You just go total zen. It's all in your mind anyway, right? None of this is actually happening. I need more coffee. Should I get an espresso? What are those things called? The little Nespresso machine there? My office. This looks like it's about to roll. I think this is going to be it for me, guys. I think I got to close out. This ain't happening today. Just one of those days. Live and learn. And come back from it. Yep, that's it. All right, $1,600. Well, that's life. I thought we were going to get this move above the 20 SMA, up to this downtrend line, but this thing seems like it's going to fall. And that's all I can do, guys. I don't got anything else left in me. I'm wiped. I'm sorry if anybody should not copy my trades. If anybody copied my trades, I strongly suggest against it. I'm glad, Nathaniel, that your day went well, better than mine. Yep, I agree with that. I should have walked away with my $400 that I had earlier, $400 or $500. Can't remember what it was, and been happy with that. Today has been a rough week. Now it's coming up. Look at this thing. I'm not even going to try to trade anymore. I'm just going to get chopped up and make the situation even worse. So that is what it is. Maybe next week will be better. Who knows? Maybe the rollover week, FOMC, we get some of this stuff out of the way and conditions improve next week. I don't know. Now it looks like it's going to come up. I mean, just a bummer. Just a bummer. Yeah, hard luck, Esther. But you know what? It's just the way it is. I appreciate you guys watching, though. I really do. I hope your day went better than mine. You know, we live and learn, trade another day, $1,600, whatever. Plus, coupled with yesterday, not the best week. But, you know, I think it was Trades by Matt last week or something. I checked out to see how he was doing. And he had a couple, 2 or 3 or 4 really bad days. And, you know, as traders, you go through them. Everybody goes through them. I've been through them before. I'm going to go through them again, and I'm going to have good stretches as well. It's just part of the game. And you got to take the bad days with the good days. So anyways, I'm going to jump off this thing. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to see you guys next week, Monday morning. Have a great weekend, whatever you guys are doing. And please like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And you can see me lose more money on Monday. I hope it makes you, well, I don't know. I hope you're getting some value out of this on what not to do at least, right? All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.